What's up, everybody? This is Luke with a Lukewarm take. It's the first episode of my podcast. Very excited to bring this out. Wherever you're watching, I'm not sure where I'm going to release the first episode at. But let's get straight into it. Have a little bit of NBA AllStar Break breakdown of that awful weekend of the All-Star game being just awful, from Damian Lillard being the MVP over Tyrese Halliburton. It's a fan vote, but Silver could have done something, or the league could have done something to give Halliburton the nod. Booed him at the building because of it. Silver was not happy. He said most deserving player. He didn't say most deserving player. He was just like, congrats to the Eastern Conference. They scored the most points. He was clearly just disappointed. I want to see him talk more about it later. Karl Anthony Towns dropped 50. Karl Anthony Towns just doing Karl Anthony Towns things of dropping lots of points in meaningless games. Dunk contest was awful also, with Jaylen Brown just stinking it up, dunking over Kai Cenat, sitting down. Buddy's like 5'5". He's sitting down, and Jaylen Brown dunks over him while he's sitting down. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Mac McClung went back-to-back years. Can you really not get a legit all-star? Like, I don't even know, like Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards would just pay the guys more, okay? They're getting paid $100K if they win. No wonder why nobody wants to do it. $100K to NBA players is pocket change. Pay them $250,000, $500K. Then pay the participants $100K. Then maybe that would work. I mean, you're making so much money during the break, like jersey sales and ticket sales and all of that. Just try. Give the fans an experience at home. It's so boring. I know we've been spoiled with the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon dunk contest in 2016. And then in 2020, we had a great one too, where Aaron Gordon got robbed again. Just try, please. Anyway, I want to get heated about that. But 3-point contest of century with Sabrina Ionescu and Stephen Curry was incredible. That was a highlight of the weekend throughout all sports. Wasn't that big of a weekend. College basketball is college basketball. Got the UFC, UFC 298, where unfortunately Alexander Volkanovski got knocked out cold. Horrifying watch. That disappointed me. I just realized I forgot to turn my light on. There we go. Hopefully that looks better. But like, it's just been a dead post Super Bowl. You know, it's just how it is. You gotta wait till March for the real exciting sports to start again with March Madness. But so Stephen Curry versus Sabrina Ionescu, 3-point contest was incredible. Hopefully they do it again. Maybe even do it like a team of boys versus girls. Like, you'd have Curry, Dame. Like, just replace the normal 3-point contest and just do a competition with boys versus girls. I think that'd be incredible. And you could also do that for the WNBA All-Star Weekend too. Maybe you could do also like 2v2 boys versus girls, like blacktop type street ball type deals. That'd be fun. I'm just spitting ideas. Just do better. Besides the Pro Bowl, they don't even play football, but you're the worst All-Star Weekend now. The MLB is still doing an incredible job. I haven't gravitated to it as much as I used to when I was younger. But the home run derby is incredible. You had Shohei Ohtani You have Pete Alonso. You have Aaron Judge competing in it. You have Giancarlo Stanton. You've got stars doing the home run derby. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Absolute stars doing it. And then you have in the NBA dunk contest back-to-back years, a G Leaguer is winning it for you. He didn't even wear an NBA jersey in the All-Star for the dunk contest. He wore his G League jersey. It's the NBA All-Star Weekend, not the G League All-Star Weekend. Do better. I don't watch the NHL All-Star Weekend. I heard it's good. Hockey's not big in Houston, Texas, so I don't really know much of the players. But I'll watch playoff hockey. I feel ashamed that I'm not into hockey. It's hard to watch. Games are late, and teams not close. And I just didn't grow up watching hockey. Trying my best. I'm gravitating to English soccer now. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But post AllStar break, we know what the teams are going to be that are going to be contending for the championship. You got the Celtics in the East. You got the Bucks, the Knicks, and the Cavs. I would say those are the 4 teams that are contending. Other than that, Miami, they always end up surprising. But I don't know. Terry Rozier is their big pickup. They lost to Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's not doing much anymore. He's in Philly now. But Bam's being their best player this year, which I'm very happy to see that. I love Bam. But I could see them winning the first round, and then they'll get matched up to the Boston Celtics or something like that, or the New York Knicks. I'm saying that they beat both of them last year. It's basically the same team, but they have Terry Rozier now. He's better than Kyle Lowry. And hopefully they'll have Tyler Hero the entire series too. He's doing an incredible job this year also. And then Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. It's Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. But the Knicks, I feel like they're not getting their credit. I think they're the 3 seed right now. Let me double check. They're the 4 seed. Philly, I forgot about them. Embiid's not playing again this year. I don't think so. Why would he? They're not good this year. Even though they're a 5 seed, I don't think they'd make it out the first round again. I'm just being honest. But New York's probably going to be the 3 seed probably by next week because Milwaukee sucks. Milwaukee sucks now. And it's because of Doc Rivers. They've won 3 games with Doc Rivers. I think the locker room's just getting torn apart by Giannis. Giannis has too much power. They need to do some check and balances in that locker room. Clearly, it's not working anymore. I don't know what you do. They could cut ties from Giannis. I don't think they'd want to do that. I don't think they own their pick in a while. They probably shouldn't let go of Giannis, but if this core with Dame and Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez, if that doesn't work out, I don't think Giannis will ever win another championship in Milwaukee. And then it's already his relationship in Milwaukee's kind of shot. I feel like I don't know when he's a free agent again, but I could see him not re-signing with Milwaukee after this contract. Go to Lakers or something like that, like they always do. But Boston is just being Boston. Cleveland's been under the radar. They've lost like 2 games since before the All-Star break. They were on that tear. Now they're the 2 seed, and it's just Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is playing his best basketball, I think, of his career. And you've got guys. Yeah, Darius Garland. Evan Mobley's back. That's a big deal. Jarrett Allen. They didn't trade Jarrett Allen. They thought they would. I was hoping he'd get traded to the New Orleans Pelicans, obviously. New Orleans guy. But that's what I was hoping for. But nothing that happened. And just the core of Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell is just a great young core. It's great. I was hearing rumors of Donovan Mitchell getting traded in the offseason. If they could go on a run, make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, Donovan Mitchell might be there to stay for a while. And then the Boston Celtics are the Boston Celtics. They got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, healthy Kristaps Porzingis. Derek White is just playing out of his mind. Drew Holiday is just this brick wall. Drew Holiday's playing incredible. They're the team to beat in the entire NBA. They're the best team in the NBA, by far, I would say. By far the best team in the Eastern Conference. I think they're going to win the NBA Finals this year. I've been saying that for a while now. And I think Jason Tatum, if he can close out strong, he'll finally win an MVP. I've been saying he's going to win MVP the past 3 years. Never been right. It's been getting to Jokic and Embiid. But then he's always that outlier. But I think this year might be the year. And then the Western Conference, you have the Denver Nuggets, defending champs. It's just Jokic. They're playing the same like they were last year. I think they're the 3 seed right now, 2 seed. They'll be in the Western Conference Finals, at least. At least Western Conference Finals. And then you've got Los Angeles Clippers. They're my pick to win the West. I think they might be able to contain Jokic. I don't think it's whoever contains Jokic. It's just Jokic is going to be Jokic in the playoffs. It's just going to be can you compete enough with the volume that Jokic is going to perform at, where he's going to drop 30, 10, and 10. And I think he can. You have Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Paul George starting, and then you got Russell Westbrook coming off the bench. And they're all playing at a high level. And they'll finally get a chance for all 3 of those guys. Famous ringless players. Famous of just not showing up in the playoffs. And they could potentially finally win a ring. They finally win a ring in Los Angeles for the Clippers before they get that new stadium done. And they can finally stop being the second fiddle of the Lakers. Lakers are falling apart. They signed Spencer Dinwiddie. That's going to do nothing. Spencer Dinwiddie's not. I used to think Spencer Dinwiddie would be a future All-Star, multiple-time All-Star. He's just not that. He's a journeyman now. 7th guy, 8th guy in the rotation type of guy now. But he might be starting for them a couple of games. Even if they make the play-in, he might start for them. D'Angelo Russell has been playing great. He was on the trading block. He doesn't fit in Los Angeles. Let's be honest. I'm surprised Lakers didn't move him. Austin Reeves is playing basically how he was last year. And then LeBron's LeBron. And then you got the Timberwolves. Young team. I don't think they could scave out of the first round. They're too young. I don't believe in Karl Anthony Towns as a player that could help you win. I mean, he got turned on by his head coach after dropping 65 or whatever it was, and they lost. He's just not – I don't think he's a winning player. Anthony Edwards is a special talent. He's way overperforming what I thought he would be. I thought that was the 2020 draft class was the worst draft class ever, and it's ended up three All-Stars now, I think. Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo Ball. I mean, they had Wiseman, but we're not going to talk about Wiseman. He's stuck in Detroit. Then you have the OKC Thunder. Shea, MVP caliber season, even though I despise Shea's play style. He's a foul baiter. It's not fun to watch, but he's consistently dropping 30 a night, even though it's like 20 free throws. I'm just being a hater. But, and then New Orleans Pelicans, I'm just going to talk about them because it's my favorite team. But it's not talked about enough how incompetent their head coaching or like their entire coaching staff is. Willie Green, especially. You've got a special player off the bench in Jordan Hawkins. He could start for a lot of teams. And you're DNPing him every other night. And then you have Dyson Daniels tears meniscus, and he's still getting DNP'd against bummy teams. They barely beat the Wizards. They barely beat the Grizzlies. It doesn't help that your players don't want to play with Zion and BI. They don't want to play against the garbage teams, and they don't show up. They'll drop 20 on awful efficiency, and then you'll scave out with a 3-point win against the Grizzlies. Or a 1 point, or I don't remember. It was they almost lost to the Wizards. They ended up dropping points in garbage time. People are hyping them up. I watch them every night. They're not special. I think this could be the last year of that core. But we'll see. Games start back up tonight. Now we're going to talk about my NBA picks of the night. I've got Knicks. They're going to cover. They're 2-point dogs right now against the 76ers. I think they'll win by like 15. I'm going to be honest. And then the Clippers, they are also 2-point underdogs against the OKC Thunder. I think they could scave out with a 5-point win. And then I'm going to go Wembanyama under 23.5 points against the Sacramento Kings. I think Domantas Sabonis is going to lock him down tonight. He's going to have a triple-double at halftime. And block 2 Wembanyama shots or something like that. And then they win big by like 30 against the San Antonio Spurs. But those are my picks of the night. Three-leg parlay. If you want to follow along, I don't have a brand deal yet, but if this blows up, I'll take one. But let's talk into spring training baseball because big news, shocker. Scott Boras, none of his clients have signed yet. Blake Snell. You've got Jordan Montgomery. You've got Matt Chapman. You've got JD Martinez. Cody Bellinger. None of these guys have signed yet. I'm just going to talk about where I think they'll sign. I don't really want to get into Scott Boras because everybody's talking about him enough. Now he's ruining the sport. He could lead to another player strike, I think. But I don't get into that. I want to talk about like where I think these guys will go. I think Blake Snell will be a New York Yankee next year, or this year. Unfortunately. They'll have a potentially like solid rotation if none of them get injured, which Yankees' luck the past couple of years, it's more likely going to happen. And then Cody Bellinger. I think he's going back to Chicago. I think he'll be a cut for forever. I could see him getting a 10-year deal, $120 million, something like that. Maybe an 8-year, $120 million. That's what I would give him. He's had 1 year since he's been good. It was a good year last year. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, like Bellinger MVP again. where he was dueling with Yelich 2 or 3 years ago. It was an all-star year. I don't remember his stats exactly. It was a solid year. Cubs fell apart right before the playoffs started. They missed out on the wild card. But, like, other than that, like, I think Bellinger could be a 25 home run guy for the rest of his career. Hitting 260 at worst. He's going to strike out a lot because it's Cody Bellinger. But that's everybody. Everybody strikes out a lot. But 8 years, 120 million. That's what I would give him. I bet you Boris wants him like 12 years. 270, 300 maybe $1 million a year. He's not worth over 150. That's the max I would give him, is $150 million over 7 years. And then you got Jordan Montgomery. I think he's going to go back to the Texas Rangers on like a 3-year deal, $50 million. And JD Martinez, I think the Arizona Diamondbacks. He will be back at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Give him that veteran leadership. Or the Baltimore Orioles. More veteran leadership after they made the big acquisition of I can't even remember his name right now. Corbin Burns. And Orioles just need to get a slugger, because those young guys, one of them is going to be in a slump next year. If it's Gunnar Henderson, if it's Adley Rutschman, one of those guys are going to struggle. That's just going to happen. It can't. What happened last year is not normal, and I don't think they're going to repeat what they did last year. They can get close to it, but other than that, I want to thank y'all for watching. This is awful, but we got to start somewhere. If y'all want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Luke_Zonbreaker. I'll have it in the description. Or on Twitter, at Luke Zonbreaker. And y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, rest of y'all's weekend. And I'll see y'all on Monday. God bless.